Hello, hello, hello. We have Devil back again in the Ibuki, myself in the Des Moines. We have Alaska, Duncan, Georgia, Schlieffen, and the Vermont on Cherry Blossom. I did have another footage for my Des Moines versus Salem game. I ended up getting like second in that one, and that was on Newport. I made a lot of mistakes. I tried to get more, use my adrenaline rush and try to get low HP so I could get more DPM. Didn't work out that well. Though, to be honest, I honestly don't think I played the Des Moines in operation since it came to Tier 10. I really don't. I think the majority of the HP on my Des Moines is from clan battles. I don't think I've really played it much in randoms. I don't think I played it in operations. I really haven't played it much. Besides a few ranked games and mostly clan battles. So yeah, I haven't really touched my Des Moines in, honestly, a long time. I think this is, the second battle I've had in a while? Yeah, because it was only that first one in Newport and then this one. I haven't even touched my Des Moines at all. It doesn't mean I wanted to not bring it to the channel. I just haven't really wanted to play it. But, like you said, you saw our acceleration. We got up to speed real fast. And that is the one advantage of the Des Moines Legendary module. You're basically at full speed exceptionally fast. That is the whole gimmick of that module. And I honestly think that's one of the more fun ones. And the reason you saw me kind of looking at the Vermont is that, with my ability to see other people's builds, I was like, okay, why does he have the secondary module on the extended main battery? And I'm like, it only has like 4 turrets. I'm no expert, but why would you even try to secondary spec a Vermont? Like, that makes no sense at all. Now, Devil was going to load AP, and I would tell him, no, just use AP, or HE, because my guns won't even pin it from this angle and at this range. But even with my American and improved ricochet angles. Although, as you can see, our team is not really having much. Now I'm like at 12 kilometers. Now my AP is actually starting to get in there. And I'm like talking to him in Discord. I'm like, you probably could use HE or AP, but yeah. And I'm like, hold off. I have my radar ready. I'm telling him to get HE loaded. So I'm going to pop radar for those DDs. Because I know, as you've always told me, as I've always told you, DD damage equals big XP. So I'm not shooting the DDs unless it's absolutely, necessary. And also, I'm a Des Moines. I have the DPM to do literally whatever I really want. There we go, shooting the DDs. Yoshino's broadside. Put a salvo in, pick that up. Now my hydro is off. And I'm like, do you have hydro? And he was like, no, he has defensive fire. And I'm like, shit. So this is why I start turning in, because I don't know where the torps are coming from. And I'm in a very bad spot. And if I take any torps in this thing, I'm dead. So you can imagine and there's the torpedoes just as I thought were coming. There's a second set, and I'm like, okay. I'm taking a breather now. I'm like, okay, we're okay. We are okay. Armor piercing, broadside Yoshino. Although we are definitely getting hammered by this DD. This DD is really wrecking our HP. There's torpedoes. I'm like, but like, see, with that improved acceleration, we're literally able to just accelerate back up and get right out of the way to those torpedoes. Even without going for the DD, you know, I still managed to crack 200k in the first wave. Now I only start shooting the DDs because Devil's not killing them fast enough, and I am definitely worried about torpedoes. Like, there's a torpedo set, and he is like, you know, I should probably turn in. He turns in right when he needs to. And I'm like, he does not have the HP, so I'm just gonna shoot this DD and kill it. I just love it when battleships shoot DDs like that, especially when, you know, you're so close and you get all the damage, and they shoot, and it's like at a mere sliver of HP when you shoot that last shot, and they kill it. It's like, why? And I'm like, now we're gonna go to the hill circle because we are very low on HP. But in overall, would I do Salem over Des Moines? That's a tough one. Salem would be, I would honestly say Salem would be good for randoms because you could have that increased range. But to really bring out the Des Moines strength, you need the ability to have that legendary module. I mean, you could run it without, but it's not going to be the same experience. Even you know, when I first put it on and took it in, I was like, wow, this thing accelerates fast. Like, I noticed a significant difference. Like, there is so much you can do in a Des Moines with this legendary module. You can speed duke, you can go back, you can go forward. It maneuvers better. It does everything good. It just makes a ship that much better. And there's a lot of, Des Moines has been probably one of the oldest ships in the game. It is aged decently, but as we did see in this last clan battles, where it was just petros, and Columbos, and Columbos. It is very concerning. Because you're seeing these really old ships that even war gamers are, oh, the Des Moines doesn't need anything. And that's what they literally just said on a stream like a few weeks ago. They literally just said that, oh, Des Moines fine, it doesn't need anything. I beg to differ. You put the legendary module on, you don't get an increase in range, you basically are stuck with 15.8. That is basically some of the newer cruisers, range that they brought out. Yeah, it has that increased DPM, but get the whole thing about Des Moines is, this hill consumable setup, the hydro and the 42 seconds radar at 10 kilometers. But guess what? You got to get close to use that radar. And being a cap contesting ship versus CVs, subs, Yolerling DDs, the Des Moines really is in a very finicky spot. And I'm not looking at it from, oh, you know, Bonk Z or Bonks or YOLO and all those kind of clans. Oh, they could probably make it work. Oh, absolutely. But they are probably that, like, like I went on that rant about, the elitism. Yeah. But I mean, they could probably make it work. Would they probably play it? No. Let's be honest, if they had a choice between playing the DM and something else, I guarantee you they would go for something else. I remember I used to see Des Moines a lot. Now you hardly ever see them. I've only done a few random battles, but I swear I've not seen hardly any Des Moines. I just feel like this ship needs something added. Maybe give the older ships like a 7th module slot or something. So they can put like increased reload or something else on. Like, something needs to change for these old ships. Like, because the newer ships that are coming out are, significantly better. Let's be honest. They're significantly better than these old ships. The Valparaiso. I mean, they're just better. And you have all these old ships that are just kind of getting wayside in the dirt bin. Even I haven't, like I said, I've only played 2 matches in my Des Moines in the last month. That's it. The rest of the time I would only play it in clan battles. Why would you not? Because, I know CVs. I ground my Lexington when it was called the Wreckington. I learned how to play a CV. And I learned how to fight it. And I learned while playing as it, that island-hugging ships were at their weakest against the CV. Because the CV could approach over the rocks and getting to that position where the AA would not be effective. And since the Des Moines and Moscow are island-hugging ships, they are highly CV susceptible. You could even have a sub that pops up in the middle of the cap, could probably get into a position and just shotgun you. And by shotgun you, I mean just launch torps on you without you being able to do pretty much anything against it. And I all hate subs. I hate subs and those kind of things. You all know that. Do I plan on bringing subs to the channel with them coming to operations? Absolutely. I'll bring subs to the channel for you guys. I'll do that. And I also need to grind up my subs. So it's kind of a win-win for both of us. Why am I only grinding subs? Because I'm only doing it for the steel and, the New Year certificate and everything else. That's literally all I'm doing it for. And, I did a Vanguard game and I ran into, YOLO K and basically as U1, 190. And I'm in the Vanguard. I have a 10-kilometer ASW. But the torp range on the U is 12.5 with a ping of 12.5. I've got to close 2.5 kilometers to use that ASW on him. Well, he can just kind of run away and just keep pinging me and torping me. What kind of fun is that? Like, how is that balanced? All ASW ships should have should have the same kilometer depth charge range as the torpedo boats, so that there is no way they can run. But of course they'd have to give them some kind of thing. They'd have to make them strong. Like, subs make randoms unplayable. It's already bad enough dealing with CVs. And the sad thing is, I have no problem playing against the CV. I can deal with the CV. I can dodge and duke and dodge and duke. It's kind of hard to dodge a sub that's right in front of you that will literally pop up and can just torp you.
That was a great battle.
Everyone knows it, that subs just aren't balanced. Although, let's be honest, the whole point of the balancing is, it's gone. There's no hope for balancing. All they give is little tiny buffs, and they say, oh, well, the data doesn't, say such and such. How much data do you guys need? How much data do you guys need to actually make a change? And Toxic Symphony and Void, he's been in since they're in the wiki team, they know stuff that I don't. But I usually talk to Toxic about, wargaming quite a bit. And Toxic is like, no, they don't know what the hell they're doing anymore. Because he has info that and he's been around longer than I have. So when he says something, it's like, kind of confirms, and I don't even have all the info. But my info is still accurate because I can see the patterns. Hell, even Potato Quality is like complaining about the monetization. And I don't blame him for complaining about the monetization and having a direct buying. I agree with that. There are so many ships that I would probably want if I had the ability to buy outright. But I would really love to see more balancing, in all honesty, but I feel like the last time I saw any balancing, and even then it wasn't good balancing, I feel like I'm going back, I'm feeling old, but I feel like when they did the Henri nerf, and they nerfed its acceleration and everything to basically the point of non-existent, and then they unnerfed it like a year or two later, and it's like, why did you even do it in the first place? It doesn't make sense. But we're at 385. I know this has been more of a rant than about the Des Moines, but I just don't feel like this ship has aged well. And what I mean by that, I don't feel like it's relevant in any modes anymore. I don't feel like it has any relevance. Other than clan battles. That's literally it. And, ranked. And that's assuming there's no CVs and subs in ranked, which there usually is. The ship has been basically pounded into the ground by everything going on. It's still a great ship. It's still worth getting. It's just that its viability is severely limited now. But anyway, in score, we ended up at 385, 500,000 in credits, 2,000 in free XP, natural selection, C-star, and assistant. We're top of the team. Schlieffen is obviously Schlieffen. And Ibuki is third, because he got all that DD damage. And the reason we went for the AA mounts because, well, we wanted to blow up some forts. And I was trying to give Devil more time to basically shoot stuff and get more XP. Make about a 400k profit, 21 point commander, so we pull a nice 12k in elite commander XP. But that is Des Moines, a ship that has been aged. I guess you could say it's like stinky cheese. That's my opinion. I think it's aged like stinky cheese.